Well, hello there. My name is Cynthia Rowland, and I am an ageless sister. And this is my very wonderful personal physician, Dr. Lucy Rojo, and she is a naturopath. And she is going to talk with us today about fun things, serious things, things we need to watch out for. But welcome, Dr. Rojo.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Nice to see you.
It's always good to see you
Always
as well.
good to see you. So when you think about becoming a doctor when you grow up, how did you become a naturopathic doctor?
You know, I really think that it was by the grace of God.
Okay.
Because I was certainly going to go down the conventional route, and turned out life circumstances shut those doors and opened up this door. And it's been a blessing ever since.
How long have you been practicing?
11 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You look so young, like you're not even old enough to be practicing for 11 years.
Well, I was practically out of the womb when I started doing my stethoscope. So, yeah. But no, it's been a great journey, and I'm looking forward to many more years of this.
What do you like best about being a doctor?
I think it's like having a passport into people's lives, and you have an opportunity to be of service, to share your knowledge. I love teaching in big groups and in other venues, but when I'm with one-on-one, not only am I teaching one person, but I'm also learning from their life experience, and that's just such a pleasure.
And as a physician, you have an opportunity to meet so many wonderful people in your practice.
I do.
And you get to help them as well. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you specialize in anything or one particular area more than others?
Well, probably not in the conventional sense of specialization, because naturopathic doctors can't say that they're a cardiologist or a neurologist, but we're in the specialty of people care, really. Mm-hmm. It comes down to that is because it's not really all that complicated to be healthy and to be well. I would say that my area of focus, however, is probably digestive health, because it all starts there, in my opinion.
I know that you believe that, and I believe that too. Sure. Because if you're messed up in your gut, it's going to throw off all sorts of toxins everywhere, I would think.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Well, if you think about it, it's where the nutrients that build your body and heal your body have to come from, and the toxins, which is what you're referring to, has to get out. Mm-hmm. So if that system in and of itself isn't working, you're not getting the goods coming in, and you're not getting the trash taken out. It's got to work.
So it stays in the body then, and can poison
recycles.
you. Oh my
Absolutely.
Goodness.
Absolutely.
Well, so knowing that you like to talk about digestive health, is there something that you could tell our listeners, our viewers, that they could start doing today or tomorrow that would absolutely impact their health?
Absolutely.
Okay, give me one example.
One would be take self-responsibility for what goes in your mouth.
Okay.
Because that's the starting point, is whatever goes in your mouth, your body has to deal with.
Yeah.
So if it's McDonald's, or it's going to be Pizza Hut, or it's going to be a cigarette, or it's even going to be toxic thoughts, all of that you have responsibility for. And a lot of people got a lot of hang-ups about the word responsibilities. I did too. But when you break it down, it's got response in it. And if you just think of life as I am being responding, or I am responding to life, and every choice I make is a response, then you have more control over what's going on long term. I mean, I can't tell you, I just had an 80-year-old man here who looked like he was still in his 60s. And I said, what's the difference? I look at 60-year-olds and they look like they're 80. This guy was opposite, and it could have been the ageless system, but I don't think he knew about that. But that being said, it's because he took responsibility for his health early on, and he's taking vitamins, and he's doing hyperbaric chamber treatments. He's just doing the works. So he's not dependent on 20 medications like some of our patients are.
Yeah.
So it's got to start there.
It makes a big difference if you're not taking those pharmaceutical medications.
It does. Now, there's a time and a place for that, so
right.
I'm not anti-pharmaceutical.
Right.
But when you get one medication on top of another, I see our seniors with 13 medications.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Do we even know genetically that those are being metabolized correctly? And there are tests and technology to find that.
Right.
We know what one drug does to 90% of people, but when you start adding 2 and 3 and 5 and 12 different drugs,
right.
the factors are too complicated. They don't know what's happening to these people.
Right. But the patient knows usually that they're being over-medicated, I think.
They can know that, or sometimes they just say, okay, doctor is God, you tell me what to do, and I'm not going to be responsible other than to put that pill in my mouth.
You know, this is just a personal thing, but my father, 3 months before he passed away, was telling me that he was on 17 medications.
Wow.
I know, and he wanted to get off of all of them.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my gosh, you can't do that by yourself. You're going to have to enlist your doctor's help
Exactly.
to get off these medications.
Mm-hmm.
Well, within 3 months, he was dead. But I have a feeling it's because he went off the medications.
And that's true. Your advice to him was absolutely correct, because you don't want to just cold turkey some of these medications. You know, from the naturopathic perspective, if you do need support, there are things in nature that can help with blood pressure and other issues that people are being over-medicated for. So you build that up, and then in partnership with the MD or whoever prescribed, and the patient obviously, you start tapering off in a safe, logical way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's opportunities to do whatever you want, but the key thing is be responsible for what you do.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't have that mentality.
So are you saying that is it your belief that people who have high blood pressure or diabetes, they can maybe do other things that beyond the medical scope of pharmaceutical drugs, that like exercise, diet,
Absolutely.
things like that can really make a difference?
Absolutely.
Because I know women my age and even younger
Mm-hmm.
who are already taking blood pressure medication, and I just think, well, surely there's got to be a better way.
Well, surely you're right. Get a load of this. This is even more shocking. Little kids are being put on anti-cholesterol medications, 8 years old.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying, oh my goodness. But they're obese, and that's, again, a responsibility issue that the kid might not be able to take, but that parent sure did sign on for some responsibility. Yeah. So it's...
Somebody's got to buy the potato chips, right?
That's right. You don't have them in my house because I'll just take them. You know, it's that addicted mindset that some people can control and some feel like they can't.
Yeah. So do you have any helpful hints you want to impart to our viewers as we get ready to close this interview?
I think it fits a good little acrostic in terms of letters that help me remind myself and my patients what nuggets they should take from visits with a naturopath. One is be responsible. So it's REP. And one is take responsibility. The other one is evolve your purpose in life, because there's nothing worse than just existing. You might look very physically fit, but if your heart isn't glowing, if you don't have a purpose, it's just wasted time, I think.
Yeah.
So that would be the E, evolve your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
The other one would be of service. Because in doing that, you know, giving is the same thing as receiving. And that's kind of my philosophy and my practice is, okay, I'm going to give you what you're capable of receiving, but I get so much more out of it. So if we can be healing ourselves and taking responsibility for our own healing by educating ourselves, doing what we need to do, we heal, then our world heals. So it's a bigger picture than just
us. That's right.
So that's my nugget.
Well, I just want to tell everyone that Dr. Rojo is here in Long Beach, California. I beg your pardon.
We're in Stanton,
California.
Palm Desert.
Yes, and Palm Desert, California. But you can go on her website. What's your website address?
It's my name. It's www.drlucyrojo.us, like United States.
There you go. And you can go on to her website, and she has lots of wonderful products that you can learn about. And I think you do even consultations, don't you?
We do. We do a free 15-minute consultation after somebody takes the NutriPhysical.
Well, how about that? So if you have health concerns and maybe you just haven't gotten to the root of it with your traditional medical doctor, give Dr. Rojo a shout out on her URL and on her website, and you might be able to just be responsive to more health, to better health, to better health. Okay, well, here's Cynthia Rowland saying goodbye with Dr. Lucy Rojo, and this is brought to you by Facial Magic and Luscious Lips.